Hello and welcome to this week's video. So before we get into it, what I wanted to do was just talk to you really quickly about our Patreon page. Now, for those of you who don't know, Patreon is a way that you guys can get involved in supporting us and what we do. So raising the mental health awareness, be it through the website, through the blog, through the videos, through the podcasts, or even just on social media in general. And you get access to a lot of different rewards if you do pledge to subscribe. You get in behind the scenes content, you get sneak peeks of upcoming posts and previews, that sort of thing, and there's so much more on there. Now the link is in the description, but before you go over, I just wanted to tell you that we do value everything that you guys pledge to support us with. You are in complete control, okay, so you choose how much you want to give, how often you want to give. You can do a one-off, you can do like a standing order, and it's really very easy to do. So if you wanted to get involved, we'd really appreciate it. As I say, the link is in the description, so you'll be able to find out more, and the link will come up on the bottom of the screen here as well. So on to this week's video. You can see I'm a slight change of location. I'm outside today because it is absolutely glorious out here. There's not a cloud in the sky. It's about 26-27 degrees, and it's one of those really nice days. You know, the kind of days that if you didn't have work, you'd just go off somewhere, you know, have a little bit of a break, get outside, or if you do have work, you might be tempted to just kind of blow it off and go from there. And at the moment we seem to be getting quite a few of these days, and I'm not here to talk about the weather, because even though it's glorious, you know, you guys already know that. But in our mental health struggles, we can have those good days and those bad days, can't we? Sometimes it's a really good day, like today, you know, the sun's out, there's no clouds, and everything seems to be going fine. We have the energy to do whatever we need to do. We're able to face those struggles, those battles that life presents us with, and it's good. We almost don't struggle. We can almost feel, and I use the term loosely, but we can almost feel normal. And then we get the bad days, don't we? The days when it's just absolutely chucking it down with rain. I'll tell you, we had one not too long ago, and out here in the garden we had almost like a river running down because the rain was coming that hard. And when we think about the good days that we've had, like today, it can be really difficult to then go into one of the bad days. You know, imagine if you've had the glorious sunshine that we've got today, and tomorrow it turns out that it's just absolutely chucking it down with rain. It can be really hard to deal with, can't it? And yet, it's important to recognise the contrast between the two. To remember that we do have the good days when the sun's shining and the clouds are not in the sky at all, but we also have the bad days. And that doesn't mean that when we're having the good days, the bad days are always going to come along and drag it down. Likewise, it doesn't mean when we're having the bad days that the good days are never going to come back, because they do. Even when we're on the lowest of the low, and have been for weeks, we still have a few good days scattered amongst them. Even if it's like the mood is just not quite as low, or the thoughts aren't quite as bad, we still have those good days, don't we? And it's important to remember. But how do we deal with it? How do we go from the good days into the bad days and not have it just make us feel so much worse than we already do? I've touched on it a little bit previously, and it's finding something that you can hold on to. Hope, if you will, or a good memory. Just something that can get you through. It's important to remember those moments so that you can say, yes, I've had this good time, and it'll come again. It doesn't matter what it is, because for each person it will be different. But it's about finding that moment and going from there. Well, that's all from me for today. I shall catch you next week. Hope you guys are having a good day. And as I mentioned earlier, definitely check out our Patreon link. because you'll find all sorts of things on there that we're giving you guys, as well as an opportunity to give back and support us in what we do. Well, you guys take care, and I'll catch you next week.